Well, looks like we're doing it. Hey folks, KT here. A little early, but working on the new rig, so just be patient for a sec. Alrighty, so yeah, alrighty, so here we go. Sorry about that, folks. My phone has a better picture, so I'm going to use it instead of my tablet from now on because well, I don't know. Anyway, welcome to Everyday KT, number 193. Today we're talking about the high road, and this applies to everybody. So those of us who wear kilts on a regular basis, we know full well that we get crap all the time. And you have two ways, well, multiple ways of responding. But I don't like this angle. Hang on a sec. Nope, that doesn't do crap. Like I said, I'm just adjusting, working, setting up the rig again. Okay, there we go. So, we had a lot of different ways to deal with people giving us crap. So, the trouble is that we have options. We can do good things, say good things, and be nice people. We can have some humor, or we can be an ass about it. We can get offended, we can get pissed off, we can be violent towards the person who says something. All number of different things. But it's the high road, the road less traveled. If you saw the meme I posted today, it says, take the high road. There's no traffic jams. Why is that? Because it's really, really simple. If somebody gets in your face, you can be an ass to them. You can get physical, you can get aggressive, you can be angry, mad, yelling, screaming, whatever. But what does that do for you? All that does is that tells the other person that you're an asshole. Fine. Is that really what you want? Granted, there are occasions, and we all know this, where that kind of response is appropriate. But not all the time. Not as a common and an everyday type of response. Somebody says something you don't like, you don't yell and chew them a new ass. Not a good idea. If someone says, hey, nice skirt, you rip them a new one, they're probably going to think everybody wearing a kilt is a pain and an angry person. You don't want that. Take the high road. You don't have to resort to anger or violence or whatever else to get your point across. And, kilt wearing especially, because, truth be told, there's still a lot of animosity towards guys wearing kilts. People just don't understand. That's fine. It's simply an educational process. I have only met one person who, after understanding things about the kilt, thought it was still really weird and crazy, and I am no longer married to her. Yay. So, one person. One. It's just about understanding and taking the high road. Now, the wearing the kilt, that's the easy one. But this applies to everything. If somebody does something different that you don't understand or you don't like, take the high road. At least make the effort to not be brutally evil to that person. Try, even if for this long, try to understand. Try to at least gain a little bit of insight. Doesn't mean agree, doesn't mean say, yep, everything's hunky-dory. It doesn't mean you have to accept whatever that is. Just try not to just blurt out in anger or worse just because you see something crazy. You want to see that? Go look at all the YouTubers who have microaggressions. Really tough word to say fast. Microaggressions. Look at all of them. All the college kids are like, oh, that's bad, blah, blah, blah. No, that's not the way you do it. You have a conversation. Figure out what that difference is. You either accept it, fine. Don't accept it, fine. Be respectful to them. You don't even have to do anything else. Just give that other person this much of your respect because they're doing their own thing, because you're doing your thing. There are tons of people who think that whatever you're doing is crazy or weird or different or unusual, whatever. So it's not just about personal lives either. It's business. In business, there are vast opportunities for unethical, potentially illegal, definitely shady options where you can try to either take advantage of someone or get an advantage through less than noble means. There's a whole reason we have legal system. Most of it has to do with stuff that's about people doing shady things to get things done. What's the point? What does that do? That gives you the shortcut. Yay, instant gratification, instant whatever. And then what happens when all of that is gone? You either go back and do something shady again. Or what? Nothing? Probably going to go back and do the same thing. It was easy the first time. Let's give it another shot. No. Do it the right way. It's going to suck because it's going to be hard. The right way seldom is easy. But it's, like I said, it's the high road. Because once you do it once, it's now easy for you. You can do it again and again and again. And what happens when you take the high road, either personally, professionally, or whichever other way you do? Other people see that and they're like, well, hey, I want to be like that guy. I want to be like that woman over there. They're doing awesome and they're doing a good thing. They're a good role model for my kids. I want to be like that person. That's what we should all strive for. Doesn't mean you have to be, Clark Kent or, whomever. You don't have to be the shining image of perfection. But you don't have to be an ass. Even if you are an ass, that's fine. But do it well. You don't have to be angry at everybody. You don't have to be, so you're a little rough to deal with. Okay, that's fine. But maybe you're really good at what you do. A lot of mechanics. Don't want to cross them. And the only reason I say mechanics is I know a couple, and they're some interesting characters. But there's tons of people out there who they're not always nice, but they're not an ass. They may have a gruff exterior. Think of bikers. Some of the most amazing people I know. People give bikers a bad rap on a regular basis. Absolutely. Why? Well, they've got huge motorcycles and leather jackets. Obviously, they're badasses. True. But, you ever heard of BACA, B-A-C-A? Bikers Against Child Abuse? Kind of badass. Big, huge, burly guys protecting 6-year-old girls and stuff like that. Because they may be tough and rough and whatever, but they're good people. They're taking the high road. They're doing good things. So with that, please, if you can, try to take the high road. It is a little tougher, it is a little steeper, and the climb is a little harder, but the rewards are far more significant because you actually succeed at what you're trying to do in the right and proper way. And you're doing it with good intentions. So please, give it a shot. So somebody throw up a Kiltology. I don't want to keep rambling too much longer. I've found that the longer the video, the less people watch. Doug, you're right. Understand and accept, but you don't have to like it. That's exactly right. Doesn't mean you like what's going on, but you don't have to be evil about it. I don't like pants. See people wearing them every day. So Kevin swings for the fences, hit Kiltology Volume 2. I think 2 is winning because 2 is better than 1. Because 2 is 1 and 1 is none. I heard that once. So here you go. Well, I'll try to get this one to match. So, the high road. It's the hard way to do things. But on this high road, especially if you take the high road, but you're not overly aggrandizing it. You're not sprouting from the hilltop. Hey, check me out. You just did it. Well, here's one for you. Kiltology number 312. Competition. In any competition, do not underestimate the calm Kilty. Especially, they took the high road. His presence alone will give him an advantage over the bifurcated. They will be curious, confused, or simply ignorant of his kilted nature. Having the stones to show up kilted in itself will cause a good amount of respect for him. Not knowing what he is capable of will be the cause for concern among most of the rest. Not knowing if he is regimental or not, and the fear of finding out the hard way, will keep all but the most confident opponents at bay. So what does that mean? So, competition. Guy wearing the kilt took the high road. You know what? He's like, you know what? This is me. I'm going to do this. I'm not going to sit here and do all kinds of craziness. I'm just going to show up. Here's my kilt. Like it or not, I'm here. Well, it throws everybody askew because they're like, well, wait a minute. What's that? That guy's got a kilt on. I don't have a kilt. What's going on here? The brain goes a little sideways. All of a sudden, while the guy in the kilt's focused on the task at hand, what's everybody else doing? They're worried about the guy in the kilt instead of what they're doing, and they lose. How does that apply to the high road? Simple. Folks taking the high road, they are looking at their task. They're trying to figure out how to do what it is they're doing the best way possible. Everybody else taking the low road, they're trying to ride easy street and like, oh, what's that guy up there doing? There's a guy up there in the kilt going the other way. What's up with him instead of focusing on what they're trying to do? And what happens? They lose. So with that, I'll let you go. Remember, try the high road. Less traffic jams. I'll see everybody tomorrow. Hopefully I'll get up early and be able to get a couple of cool pictures. And as always, be strong. Put a kilt on.